inspired by the work and lectures of our great speaker. His outstanding dedication and contribution to health education has been recognized by awarding him a gold medal on the World AIDS Day in 1993. He's also Dr. B.C. Ray Award was conferred on him for his excellence in the medical field. I would also like to add that Dr. Patel is also an avid writer. He wrote his first book, Positive Health, at the very tender age of 21 years. He has 9 textbooks to his credit, which are all very well read in all over the world, and more than 50 CD titles, which have been translated to many, many foreign languages. In the present pandemic times, as mentioned by our Honorable Chancellor, the Vice Chancellor, he has chosen a very pertinent topic for all of us. That is health, thought management for positive health. I know you're all very eagerly waiting to interact with such illustrious and a learned speaker. May I request you, sir, to take over the center stage and enlighten us by your gracious presence and thoughts. Dr. Girish Patel, sir. Welcome, sir. Thank you so much. Thank you, sir.
Yes. Thank you so much, Dr. Brigadier Amarjit Singh, for introducing us with today's speaker, the Lecturer Dr. Girish Patel, sir. So now, without wasting too much time, may I request BK Dr. Girish Patel, sir, to start his lecture on the topic Thought Management for Positive Health. BK Dr. Girish Patel, sir.
Good afternoon, everybody. Namaskar. Om Shanti. Everyone is able to listen to me? Am I audible? Are you listening? These are two different things. Maybe I am audible, but you are not listening. Because our mind has so many thoughts at a time. But like now when I am talking, I might be thinking of something else. That as soon as this webinar is over, my OPD would begin. You might be also thinking of something else. What we need to do in order to gain maximum benefit out of this particular presentation is try to focus. Even if mind deviates, bring it back to the process of whatever I'm sharing with you. And why it's a very important topic. Both the aspects, positive health as well as thought management. First of all, let me share exactly what is positive health. Even we all know that health is not absence of disease. There are so many other aspects are there when we say that I am healthy. As you know, various dimensions of health. But when I say positive health, means what? A very simple explanation can be like, what is now my positive, say, financial condition? It means I have sufficient bank balance. Many are hand to mouth. They are earning and eating. Similarly, as far as health is also concerned, we should have surplus resource. Health is indeed a resource. So if we have a surplus resource, then only we can say that I am positively healthy. And nature has indeed given us at least 4 to 5 times extra resource in every organ of our body. Almost everybody knows that out of 2 kidneys, even if we donate 1 kidney, we can absolutely lead a healthy life. It means that 1 kidney is extra. Likewise, our capacity of heart, only when it drastically reduces down, then only we suffer from symptoms of heart disease, which is true for practically all the organs. Even as far as brain is concerned, now the latest researches have proven that brain has tremendous plasticity. So I would say even the brain resource we can increase so that we can become positively healthy. Now the question is, what's the association of thought management with positive health? There are many aspects. In fact, I can speak for 4 or 5 hours even. But to explain very briefly and something new, we all know that stress can affect our health. Even a conservative estimate is at least 60 to 70% of physical diseases are stress related. They originate in our mind. Apart from that, when I say thought management, being in the field of mental health, I understand that this whole aspect is very, very complicated. What you are feeling, how you are reacting, what are your belief systems, what is your attitude, all that depends on your thoughts. Thoughts are like a seed. Suppose if I give you one apple and tell you that count how many seeds are there, can you do it? Yes or no? Yes. If you cut it, you can count that there are 20, 30, whatever number of seeds are there. Can we count how many apple can grow out of one seed? No, nobody knows. The same is true about our thought. One positive thought can lead to tremendous positive effect, and negative thought can have a negative effect. That's why thought management is very, very important. Another aspect to explain the link between thought management and our health. I have put effort in simplifying psychology. Psychology is a very, very complicated subject. Even when we were studying also, probably it was very difficult to understand Freudian psychology and Jungian theory and many others. But when I thought that let me simplify the whole thing, when we tried to simplify, maybe since birth till today, whatever experiences which are there, the various events were there in our life. All those events, whichever events we have perceived emotionally, if you have perceived those events emotionally, that has a deep impact on your consciousness. If those events were positive, you have a positive impact. If those events are negative, or maybe you have perceived it as negative, events are nothing positive or negative, then there is a negative effect. It's not only effect. In fact, these emotional experiences are stored in our consciousness, like we can call them nucleus. It's not something like powerful centers of energy. And these various centers of energy are controlling your emotions. These powerful centers of energy are, in fact, changing your actions, are changing your, thoughts. So, at the root is this powerful, we can call those centers of energy. And with thought management, again, it's a huge topic, but to simplify, with thought management, we are able to change those centers of energy. With understanding, if we can really change those centers of energy, then we can become positively healthy. And for that, I share a very simple steps. And those simple steps are, if you have something, write it down also. These simple steps are watch, catch, match, third is match, fourth is latch, and fifth is switch. What it is? The very important thing, in fact, even for, say, happy living, for peaceful living, even for thought management, is awareness. Because continuously something is going on at your pre-conscious level. if we can watch that what is going on at my pre-conscious level, then we can really find the root and transform it completely. So that's why the first step is whole day, whether you are bathing, you are eating, you are talking, you are reading, whatever you are doing, your office work, watch your pre-conscious thoughts. Means what is going on at pre-conscious level. And that can be done only with awareness. If you right now also, even right now, if you become aware that apart from listening to this speech, what is going on in my mind, you can find out. Even if actual thought you are not able to catch, what you can easily catch is the feeling. Say, for example, if I talk about myself, am I relaxed now? Or maybe I am in too much hurry that I have lots of patients ahead or so many other things to attend. So if I become aware, I can find out those pre-conscious thoughts. So actually keep watching, keep watching. I have been doing, if you start doing within a week's time, you will be surprised that how many thoughts are going on together. So first step is watch. Then along with it, another is catch. Watching itself is not enough. At times we might be watching, but we are not noting them. We are not catching them. So in this technique, the step is really catch them. Possibly write down. Because if you don't write, you will tend to forget. So the best thing is write those thoughts. And if you can do it even for a week's time, you will find hundreds of thoughts coming. And those hundreds of thoughts, now try to classify them. Thoughts can be classified in so many ways. Once again, we are short of time. If you are interested, my many videos are there on thought management, where I have shared 10 types of thoughts. Why 10 types of thoughts? Because then you are able to specify. Let me share quickly. First is toxic thought. Say thoughts related to anger, anxiety, fear, hatred. These are all toxic thoughts because they generate toxic chemicals in our brain, in our body as well. Then second is negative thoughts. Negative thoughts are less harmful. They may be the thoughts about the negative aspects of life. Everybody in this world has something positive as well as something negative. There are many who tend to catch negative very fast. So no, the second is the negative thoughts, which are also harmful. Third is waste thoughts. There are many thoughts now which are not necessary. Like right now, if you are thinking about, say, your family, then it is a waste thought. Maybe later on it is a necessary thought, but right now it can be a waste thought. So likewise, the many things. When we are traveling, if we are reading advertisement, it's a waste thought. So waste thoughts also we should note. Then there are necessary thoughts. Say, you want to eat, you are, say, bathing, you want to prepare food or something else. So those are necessary thoughts. They are definitely necessary, but in order to achieve positive health, what we should do is try to even reduce those these necessary thoughts. Means think less, because every thought takes away energy. So even suppose when you're eating, if you think less, just enjoy your food fully, then you will conserve energy. When you are bathing, If you just enjoy that process and if you think less, you will conserve the energy. So these are necessary thoughts. Next is positive thoughts. Positive thought means the positive aspects of every event. Every event has some, as I said, advantage as well as disadvantage. Find out the advantage, however small it may be. Because when events are really good, positivity is there. But when events are bad, at that time also, if you can find advantage of that event and repeat. Once again, here the important thing is to write. Because in midst of problems, in midst of difficulties, our consciousness tends to go in a negative direction. To bring it to the positive direction, we should write. And even keep writing, then automatically it would become easy. And very important thing, I can talk for almost half an hour on this particular aspect, that many a times when you face some event, at that time there is nothing positive in that particular event. But in future there can be something positive. In future there can be something great. Steve Jobs, it's a very famous video, if opportunity, at Stanford University, in degree function, he has given this speech. He says that I must have heard that video maybe 4 or 5 times. He says that I am just going to tell you my 3 stories of my life. In all the 3 stories, he says that there were serious problems. But later on, I found that there were so many advantages because of this particular problem. So the crux of what he's sharing is, we cannot join dots forward. Right now, we suppose because of this pandemic also, there are problems everybody is facing. What is going to be the advantage in future, we don't know. But after some time, we can join those dots backward. Now, many examples can be given. Steve Jobs gives his own example. He says that I took admission into university, which was very expensive, which my parents couldn't afford. He was an adopted child, but because they had promised, so they had put him in that university. But soon he found that I'm not passionate about this particular course. So he wasn't dropout. He left university. But still, because fees was paid, he can go and attend classes. He says there was a special class in which the various fonts were taught, how they manually can create various types of fonts. So he attended that. He was not aware that what is going to be the benefit. But he says later on, when they were developing a particular version of a software, those fonts were of the great help. Even he says that because at that time, those copyright laws were not there. So even the Microsoft had copied many of our fonts. So this way he's saying that we can join dots backward, not forward. Even I can give many examples of my life, which are there on several videos. So right now I'm not sharing. So the point here is, in any difficult situation, the best thought management is to understand that even if there is no benefit in the present moment, in future there can be a great advantage. It said, हर दिए तले अंधियारा होता है, हर अंधियारी रात के बाद सबेरा होता है। तनाव में आ जाते हैं लोग मुसीबत को देखकर, पर हर मुसीबत के बाद सुख का डेरा होता है। So be sure, have that belief system. that if there are problems in future, there is going to be a wonderful positive benefits. So with that also, we can maintain peace and can solve those problems more effectively. Whenever you are facing any sort of difficulties, problems, it can be personal, health, family, children, professional, whatever. Important ingredient is maintain peace of mind. And second, remain passionate about it. Remain enthusiastic about it. When someone asks, no, my success also, I feel that I am passionate about whatever little simple things I'm doing. And because I'm passionate, there are always positive results. So try to maintain this. So this is something about positive. Many says that positive thinking is not possible. No, it is only imaginary. You are living in some different world. I would suggest them that at least do right thinking. Everybody would agree that we should see things as they are. Any objects, if they are magnified or they are minimized or if they are made crooked, you won't like. Those mirrors are good in a museum. To enjoy, those mirrors are good. But at home, you will like to keep a mirror which will show your image as it is, not a magnified or minimized picture. Correct? The same way, we should see all our events also as they are. And to do that, we should do right thinking. There are almost 20 cognitive distortions. There are 20 different ways in which we tend to distort a particular event. Again, we are short of time. So if you understand those 20 cognitive distortions, then you can correct them very easily.
Oh, Shanti, I think there is some technical issue. Within some time, Dr. Girish sir will join again. So just wait for some minutes. He is joining again. Thank you.
Hello? Yeah. I'm audible? Yes, brother.
Yeah, Dr. Girish sir, you're audible.
Oh,
You're
okay.
properly audible.
Perfect. No, in between something, some connection or some problem was there. Perfect. Now I'm going all right? Hello?
Yeah.
It is okay, no? Perfect.
Yeah, you are going very well. Yeah.
Perfect. Yeah. So the point is, think in a right way. Don't tend to in whatever wrong thought we should understand. Let me complete this part. After right thinking, there is even no elevated thoughts. These elevated thoughts are indeed positive, not only positive thoughts. They may be based on spiritual aspects of life, which makes you elevated. Like when you see a picture from above, it will look smaller. So similarly, I'm not talking about religion. You may be non-religious. Still, you can become spiritual. In today's science, especially the subatomic physics, the quantum physics, if you try to understand quantum mechanisms, the quantum physics, it's purely spiritual as a matter of fact. Because quantum physics says that our whole body, with almost 50 trillion cells, is in continuous vibrations. Like, no, we are like a wave. We are not physical as it seems. Actually, inside, every subatomic particle is vibrating. So those are elevated thoughts. Then what I call it even no compulsive thoughts. There is a disease called OCD. Very common. In fact, according to me, more than depression, it is OCD. So those no repeated compulsive thoughts are there. And ultimately is a zero thinking. No thought. It's something very, very high. I will come to it once again. But why I was sharing no types of thoughts? Because then you can manage your thoughts better. So what we need to do? Watch, catch, then match. Match on this, that what is the type of the thought. And when you are matching, there is another very important aspect as far as positive health is concerned. Like many of, especially our patients, we see that others are able to understand the change which is necessary so that they can lead a comfortable, good, positive, peaceful life. But they themselves are not able to perceive. And because they themselves are not able to perceive, there are lots of problems. There are no serious difficulties. I will share one example. Like now, one father came to me. He was a senior citizen. He said that my daughter is in serious problem. Please help me. So I called him and I was trying to understand his daughter's problem. So no, he said that there is a serious, although no, they are very well off, living in a Western country. But still there is a tremendous misunderstanding among husband and wife. And almost they are on the verge of divorce. So he requested me, the doctor, she won't agree to come to your clinic. If you could please come to my place. So once I was going to South Bombay, so I told him, okay, today I will come to your place. And when I went there and when I heard her, the crux of the whole huge story is that her husband was really well-to-do. And he had some expectations, something like her English was not good. She was not extrovert. They would need to go to so many meetings, parties, marriages, and so on. Where no, she would just sit in corner at one place without communicating with others. She will not speak. Even she had put on lot of weight. So husband was sharing that, no, I am ready to spend as much money as necessary, but please improve upon your English. Please become little bit extrovert. But she was not ready. She will complain about husband that he is doing this. But she had not put effort at all to improve upon herself. So that ultimately, now I don't know, but almost they were on verge of divorce. So likewise, in many diseases, this is just one example I have given. In many, whatever small or huge stress that you are facing, outwardly situation may be something else. But actually, because we are not dealing with the root of the problem, that's why it keeps on multiplying. Say, for example, you have some stress and you tend to realize that if I eat chocolates, I'm feeling good. So rather than solving the real problem, you will keep on eating chocolates. 1, 2, 3, 4. Ultimately, you will feel really disturbed. So it is only giving you temporary relief. The actual thing is to find out where is the stress and let me deal with that particular aspect. Then there is no need to eat chocolates. Same can be true about alcoholics. Same is true about many family problems which we are facing. people see only outwardly, and whatever they are putting effort also at outward level, at deeper level, what change which is necessary, as I gave you in that particular example also, if we can become aware, catch, find out, and then put effort in that particular area, then whatever the problem may be, it can be social, it can be financial, it can be something emotional, you can deal with all the problems. Only thing we need to understand, like with watch, catch, match, and then latch. Latch means stop, like as we put a lock. We can even just use this sort of a technique. In psychology, they call it rubber band technique, that wear a rubber band, pull it and then leave. So when it hurts, you might tend to stop. Or another thing said is that if there is a severe stress, as soon as possible, put some ice in your hand. With that, the real coolness, even your mind might freeze. And then you are able to change in another direction. There can be so many spiritual ways also of stopping your thoughts. And ultimately is switch over. Like, transform them. Say, if you have a thoughts of laziness, convert it into enthusiasm. If you have a thoughts of revenge, convert them into, say, forgiveness, or many things is possible. We have to take practical steps. Suppose it is a financial problem, then also we need to take practical steps. And if you take necessary practical steps, ultimately you can solve even such physical problems. So this is one of the ways, as I said, watch, catch, match, latch, and switch over. And ultimately, as I was sharing about zero thinking, which is indeed very, very high. Many may not understand even what I'm going to share now, but if you go at a deeper level, it's very true. In fact, it is said that even thoughts have a power, but 50 times more power is there in the gap between the thoughts. Actually, power is at deeper level. When you create a gap, the power has an opportunity to come out, and you can experience that particular power. So that's why, first of all, think less. Then even this zero thinking. You might say that, doctor, thoughts are coming, we are not thinking. Let me share the origin of the thought. Suppose if you have gone somewhere as a speaker, and no host has welcomed you with a small bouquet, then somebody may think, yeah, wonderful, they have welcomed me with a bouquet, they are very good. So when one thought came, another 3-4 thoughts can come. There can be person who will think that, oh, why small bouquet? They should have given me a big bouquet. I am a very famous person. Why they have given me a small bouquet? So again, series of thoughts will come. Instead, if you keep a video camera over there, then what video camera will do? Video camera will not think. Video camera only will take a picture as it is, whether it is a small bouquet or a big bouquet. The same way, whenever possible, even I have practiced. We share this with many of our patients, even they have practiced. And ultimately what they have found is almost 60% thoughts are not necessary. You can do without it. What sort of clothes somebody has put on, when you visit guests, what sort of a furniture there in their house, it is none of your business. But still we tend to think. So at that time, let our eyes do a job of video camera. Our ears do the job of a recording machine. Your tongue, your hand do a job of a sensor. So then your thoughts would reduce. Please do try. Even in my life, I have tried seriously that since morning, if we try to think, one day I had decided, let me share my personal experience. One day I had decided that today, now really sincerely, I'm going to follow this, that my eyes are going to do the job of a video camera. So morning, as I got up and went for a morning walk, I go to a garden, there was a huge garbage. So I started thinking, what nonsense. No, even BMC is not even removing this garbage. So immediately I realized that no, this is unnecessary thought. That right now I am not going to do anything. If I can take some step, create a campaign to clear that garbage, it's a different story. But I'm not going to do. I'm only thinking and blaming. So let my eyes do a job of a video camera. Likewise, if you become aware, there can be many such thoughts. So with this, we can achieve that state of zero thinking at least sometime. And ultimately, it's no meditation. Generally, it is said that from zero to hero, like somebody who started from a scratch and he became a very popular person, then we say that he has become from zero to hero. But what I'm sharing is something different. What I want to share here, that indeed, if you want to become hero, you have to become zero. Means don't think, don't analyze. Just as whenever, like whole day it may not be possible, but even if you can do 50% of times, if you don't think, just become zero, then that whole power. If you listen to my videos, I have been sharing about supraconscious. Psychology has stopped at the level of unconscious. But I think actually there is something more deeper than even unconscious, and that is supraconscious. And where all the spiritual powers are lying dormant. To really become positively healthy, to really experience fulfillment in our life, the blind race, the rat race is not going to take us anywhere. What we need is indeed that state in which you become zero. And when you become zero with meditation, ultimately that real power of supraconscious can be awakened. And that can be 1,000 times more power than what we might have even imagined anytime. The amount of peace which you can experience, the amount of satisfaction, happiness that you can experience can be 100 times more than what even you might have imagined anytime. That's why my suggestion is, please practice it, the aspects of meditation. I was told that Brahma Kumari's sister is also going to share with you. So with this, let me conclude that positive health is those positive resources. And that positive resources can come if we can manage our thoughts properly. If we can remove those blocks, can understand our being in a right way. And ultimately, when we awaken actually our supraconscious, then only the actual positive health can be experienced. If you have any questions also, if you have any query, feel free. Even right now you can ask, or later on also, organizers can share my phone number, and those who are interested can definitely communicate to me. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Dr. Girish Patel, sir, for such an outstanding lecture. You told us 4 things which are very important, that everybody should understand: watch, catch, match, and latch. That means you like to stop. A number of things, but sir, just I think in the chat box there are 2 questions for you. So with your permission, can I ask them?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So the first question is asked by PM Rajdan, sir. He asked that how can we separate desires and thoughts?
Pardon, how we can?
How can we separate desires and thoughts?
Achha. In fact, desires lead to thoughts. If there are less desires, less thoughts. And I don't mean that, no, don't desire. Desires are part and parcel of our life. But maybe spend little while, you can give even 1 week, 1 month if you want, but then ultimately pinpoint that what I want in my life. Don't keep deviating, comparing yourself that tomorrow, my neighbor bought a particular car, I also want to bring a particular car, nothing. You just think of your needs, your comforts. And most important is how you feel when you are alive. After death, nothing. Now they created the tallest statue of Vallabhbhai Patel, but he's no more. No, that soul doesn't know that they have done this. So when Vallabhbhai Patel was alive, at that time, the peace which he experienced, the happiness which he experienced, fulfillment that he experienced is most important. So in our life also, once your basic needs are fulfilled, then we should go about self-actualization, it is said. Self-actualization is indeed a spiritual development. And here another important aspect is, what people talk about me is not important. What I think about myself is most important. People might be thinking so much good of, like say Sushant Singh Rajput. People must be thinking so good about him, but he might not have thought good about him. We don't know what's the real cause, but still, as so far this investigation is gone, it means that perhaps he was depressed and definitely he was taking treatment from psychiatrist. He went to several psychotherapists. So he was not thinking good about himself. So that's that stability, that mental health which is necessary was definitely not there. So with this understanding, we can separate. And desires are nothing, but don't keep changing, don't keep increasing. Once for all, decide that these things, and then what I want to have more is wisdom. Wisdom, again, nothing spiritual. Every day, my small things are coming on Peace of Mind TV. It's hardly for 2 minutes. Something like daily wisdom. Daily 2 minutes, I'm sharing some aspects by which you can develop your understanding, your inner things. And with that, you can make your life much more comfortable with clear-cut desires and then focusing on achieving them. Right? Okay. Yeah, there was another question about zero thinking something.
Yeah, actually, there are some more questions.
Yeah,
I think Yashasvi Chauhan said that he has bipolar thoughts. So how to overcome it?
No, bipolar is indeed a term for lots of other things. There may be no actual, what we call bipolar 1, where person mood fluctuates into elation, thinking too much, working too much, spending too much money, anger, and so many. And then a phase comes when patient is really depressed, don't want to do anything, which can be extreme, which is there only in patients. But in all of us who are normal, you may not be taking any treatment from mental health expert, still those moods are fluctuating. There, if we want to stabilize them, then I have already shared several things. Important thing is stability. Few days I'm elated, then I'm depressed, then both are harmful. When I'm in elation, maybe I feel good, but my family members are suffering. When in depression, family members are okay, I am suffering. So both should not be there. I should achieve a stage of stability. And that again can come with this sort of a wisdom and understanding. And those who have a real illness, suppose there are so many with bipolar disease, there my suggestion is that maintain your state where even if you are say 1 or 2% below normal, it's okay. You can maintain it forever. But if you go in mania, then zoom, it can go. We have seen patients where relatives say, doctor, in morning he was depressed, afternoon he's excited. So no, that fast, within half an hour, no, the zoom, the whole problem can shoot. So that's why no, even medicine can be good. We shouldn't think that those medicines are harmful. They are actually stabilizers. If properly given, they can be of great help. And these patients, what they need to do is do lot of exercise. And because exercise is otherwise also good for health, plus exercise would use their energy, so they won't go in elation. And with exercise, those positive chemicals are released, so they will not even get depressed. And quite, I would suggest even no, they should walk at least 6-7 kilometers a day, or equivalent of the exercise. So no, naturally, without even medicine, without other things, they can control. And even there are techniques now in bipolar. No, this is the problem with their circuits, brain circuits. Those brain circuits also can be stabilized with proper technique of psychotherapy. Yeah, right. Yeah. Any other question?
Yeah, one more is that I think how Dr. Prashant asked how to have zero thoughts.
Yeah, I have already shared a little bit that let your eyes do a job of a video camera. Ears, as I said, no job of a recording machine. Your hand, tongue, a job of a sensor. So don't analyze much. Don't conclude something. Don't label anybody. Just see things as they are. You know, you can become a small witness to many things. And no, I will share one wonderful technique which I myself have practiced. In fact, sit in front of a mirror, maybe a bigger mirror, and then no, see that that image in the mirror is looking at you as a witness. That image in the mirror is looking at you and it is just an witness. Initially, you might get little puzzled that who is real, this or that. But then no, convince yourself that that is real, that image is watching this Girish. Say, for example, my example, that Girish in the mirror is watching this Girish and just an detached way. If you, I have done, I am sharing with practical experience. Indeed, you would start becoming detached. And as you start becoming detached, the zero thinking would become automatic. And very important thing is meditation here again. Because the meditation is a different meaning, but ultimately, initially, maybe in meditation, a sister will also share, there are thoughts. There are positive spiritual thoughts of self-realization, God realization. But while doing that thought, you go in a stage of absorption. An absorbed stage is a no thought stage, which is not automatically a zero thought. And here I would suggest don't put effort. If you say I don't want to think anything, there is more thought. That itself is a thought that I don't want to think anything. Rather, the best thing is practice meditation, practice, and go in that stage of real absorption. Once you go in the stage of absorption, even if it remains for 10 seconds, it's wonderful. It would take out all, as I said, at deeper level, the treasure of spiritual powers are there. Those treasures of spiritual power would emerge and you would start experiencing them. So, practicing meditation is a wonderful thing. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, definitely, it's a very nice answer. So there are some more questions. Smita ma'am, she's asking, how do we make positive thinking a habit?
Uh-huh. No, actually, now it's a conscious habit. What is life? If we discuss this particular thing, then ultimate conclusion is life is a choice. Since morning, say no, to get up 5 minutes later or early is your choice. When you are bathing, to bathe with awareness or just like that is your choice. When you are eating, whether to eat healthy or unhealthy is your choice. So the whole day, thousands of choices we are making. So learn to choose something positive, something good. Even if it looks little difficult to begin with. So no, the early morning choice can be morning exercise or morning meditation. Even if it looks difficult, first push yourself. What we have been calling in psychology is a tiny habits, small habits. Like no morning decide that as soon as I get up, say wash my face or whatever, I'm going to walk at least for say 5 minutes. So if you start with 5 minutes, no, it would become even 2 hours. Like during pandemic, no, we were at home. And I thought what to do now, the thing can be exercise. So no, where I stay now is a huge complex, where even in the building, if you walk, there's a lot of distance. So when I started practicing, I found that 2.5 hours I used to walk, even 10 kilometers so many times. So likewise, you can start with a tiny habit. And if you keep on increasing, it would become huge. So like that, with that no choice that I am choosing positive. If you keep doing for some time, ultimately it will become habit. And as I said earlier, most important is a practice to write. Because in tension, your mind will always go in negative direction. If you choose positive and keep writing, it's something like an exercise. When you are weightlifting, we have to lift the weight against gravity. So similarly, in positive thinking, you have to go against your natural flow. But practice, right? And if you keep doing, ultimately it will become a habit.
Yeah.
Right? Okay.
Thank you so much for giving various tricks for positive thinking. That means how to make this as a habit. There is one more question asked by Professor Dr. S.S. Gopal Kumar. He asked, how can we have balance in spiritual and material life?
No, it's very easy. Like when we say spiritual, no, it's a misnomer. We tend to believe that if I want to become spiritual, I have to leave everything. I have to go to jungle or something. Or no, I'll have to leave my material pleasure and all, nothing. Actually, to be spiritual is to understand your real essence. And that real essence is indeed you. When you understand that real essence that I am a being, which is spiritual, which is not physical. And then if you do, you are doing everything. Now you will take care of your family, you will do your medical practice, you will take care of your children, everything. But you will be doing with right understanding. I give a very simple example. It's something like an actor. Life is a super mega serial, which is designed around your life. Like in those serials, actors are always aware that I'm not this particular scene. Like no, Amitabh Bachchan playing the role of a beggar. He 1000% is aware that I am not a beggar. No, I am a mega star. No, similarly, if we can, whatever role you are playing, spirituality is to maintain that awareness that I am a peaceful soul. I am full of positivity. The little difference between that serial and life serial is, in that serial, they have to attach to that particular role. Whatever role they are playing, they have to do lot of practice in order to play that particular role. Even though Sushant Singh only it is said, then when he did MS Dhoni, that particular way of playing a sixer, he said it took 2 months to master that particular stroke. So no, in those serials, they have to attach themselves to the role. In this life serial, we have to detach ourselves from that role. Because when it happens, suppose after this, if I get a difficult patient, it is there. So rather than getting confused, if I detach myself, it is much more easier. So in this life serial, we have to detach. So with this such small understanding, indeed we can create a balance between your worldly life and a spiritual life. And don't go in a blind faith. Now, when we say spirituality, there are lots of people who would put you into blind faith. No, there is a thin demarcating line between Shraddha and Andhashraddha that we need to really understand properly and then practice it. And if you keep practicing, you can become perfect. Thank you very much. Yeah, thank you, doctor.
Yeah, thank you so much. Yeah, because I think right now there are no more questions in chat box. So,
Yeah, good.
Yeah. So, dear friends, I'm sure you agree with me that it was an insightful, knowledge-filled speech, and I'm sure our audience had much value to take away from home. That means that address, whatever Dr. Girish sir has given us. And it is said that if we want to manage our thoughts and to be positive, then just like Girish sir said, that meditation is very, very essential if you want to become zero. And supra power can be get awakened with this meditation. So now, may I request Brahma Kumari Nilima Didiji to give us practical experience to become zero by managing our thoughts and become positive through Raj Yoga meditation. So over to you, Brahma Kumari Nilima Didiji, for Raj Yoga meditation.
Thank you, Brother Sanjay ji. Let us all meditate for coming few minutes. A request for all the participants to please sit straight, back straight. According to your convenience, you can just close your eyes at the time of meditation. Or you feel better, you can just keep open. Relax. Participants to please sit straight, back straight. Can you all hear me? According to your relax. And ask the question to serve. Who am I? The inner consciousness will reply you. I'm not this body. I'm free from this body. I'm at any point of light. A sparkling light shining in my forehead. सभी महसूस करें दो आंखों के बीच जहां हम तिलक लगाते हैं वहां एक सितारा चमक रहा है That is me. I am a peaceful soul. My original nature is peace. I am the master of sense organs. Master of my mind. Master of intellect. Master of sanskars. I have the power to control over my mind. I have control over my thoughts. I have the power to give proper directions to the thoughts. Look at your thoughts. The deeper you feel the silence, so is the reduce of our thoughts. My thoughts are slowly reducing. This is a natural calmness in my thoughts. Naturally, they are slow and elevated. Filled with positive emotions. The reduced speed of thoughts is taking me towards silent state. And spreading the light of peace. Feel the light of peace around you. An aura around you, protecting you. A powerful and energetic aura. Aura of light of peace around me. Now, let's connect ourselves with the Divine Supreme, the Supreme Energy. The Supreme Energy is part of me. feel the Supreme Authority is giving His divine vibrations to you. The Supreme Soul, my Father, is ocean of peace, ocean of bliss, ocean of joy, ocean of love, the Supreme Authority is showering on me the peace, the bliss, joy, unconditional love, just like a fountain. Feel the continuous vibrations coming upon Sun. These vibrations are continuously reaching me, and I feel inner strength and power within me. I'm deeply experiencing real peace, divine peace. I feel myself free from all bondages, tension, and worries. I feel energetic and powerful. I'm peaceful with full power, a soul shining in my forehead, a sparkling light, radiating the power and the vibrations of peace. Slowly open your eyes without any thoughts in your mind. Look around yourself, all around you, in a detached position, with no any thoughts in mind. Relax. Om Shanti. Shanti.
Om Shanti. Thank you so much, Brahma Kumari Nilima Didi ji, for giving us the practical experience of Raj Yoga meditation. You have given us practical experience of how to become a zero. So now all the participants are requested to switch on your cameras because we all are going to take a snapshot of all the participants for such a memorable event. So it's our earnest request to all of you, please switch on your cameras so that we could take a snapshot of all of you. Yeah, thanks a lot. Our organizers will take a snapshot. So, dear all, now it's a time to express vote of thanks. As after every program, we use to give vote of thanks. It's our Indian culture. Our Brahma Kumari's family and Dr. D.Y. Patil family is really sweet. Whoever comes in this family becomes the part of this family. So I have one question in my mind. How could we express thanks of our family members as all today's dignitaries and audience become part of our family? But as it's our tradition, so I request Dr. Mrs. Vatsala Swami to give vote of thanks of this one-day webinar on thought management for positive health. Over to you, Dr. Mrs. Vatsala Swami. One minute, Dr. Vatsala Swami, ma'am. I request.
Yes, I did it.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Good evening, all. It gives me immense pleasure to propose the vote of thanks on behalf of Honorable Chancellor Dr. P.D. Patil sir, Pro-Chancellor Honorable Dr. Bhagyashree Patil madam, and Honorable Vice Chancellor Dr. N.J. Pawar sir, and on my own behalf for today's webinar on thought management for positive health. At the outset, I must thank our esteemed guest speaker, Dr. Girish Patel, an eminent psychotherapist, for enlightening us with his inspirational and motivational speech. His wisdom was the need of the hour during this COVID-19 pandemic to alleviate the anxiety and stress all of us are experiencing at the moment. Sir, we will remember all the 5 key points that you mentioned: watch, catch, match, latch, and switch. And all of us, I think, must practice how to go into the process of attaining zero thinking. That is the process, but thank you very much, sir. I take this opportunity to thank our Honorable Chancellor, Dr. P.D. Patil, sir, presence to be part of this endeavor to promote activities for the mental health of all at DPU during this chat. Thank you, sir. Yes, sir, you take care of everyone's health. Heartfelt thanks to Honorable Pro-Chancellor Madam, Dr. Bhagyashree Patil, whose priority is to take care of the welfare of all. Thank you, Madam. I'd like to thank Honorable Vice Chancellor Dr. N.J. Pawar, sir, for his unflinching and unconditional support and guidance in organizing today's event. At the same time, I would like to thank our former Vice Chancellor, Dr. Rajdan, sir, for being with us in this event and participating actively. Thank you, sir. I thank the medical wing of Brahma Kumaris who have organized this event along with DPU. And I'm grateful to Paru Didiji, Director Brahma Kumaris Pune, Surekha Didiji of Pimpri for their gracious presence. I am thankful to Nilima Didi for really making us relax with a session of Raj Yoga meditation. Thank you, Didis. I also thank our registrar, Dr. Surekar, COE Sri Firenge, and all the other dignitaries of DPU for their gracious presence. I am grateful to our principal, Dr. Amarjit, for taking the lead organizing this event. I want to thank our trustees, Dr. Smita Jadhav Madam, Dr. Somnath Patel, and special thanks to them. I thank Dr. Babalkar, Dean, D.Y. Patil Medical College, Dr. Gopal Krishnan Dental College, and I thank all the of DPU, departments, faculty members, non-teaching staff, and students for being present, for carrying the message back of positive health. Last but not the least, I thank our IT team for their logistic support. Once again, stay safe, be positive, stay healthy. Om Shanti.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Dr. Vatsala Swami, ma'am, for giving vote of thanks for today's program. So it's an honest request from Brahma Kumaris to all of you. If you want to do more experience, if you want to get more experience of Rajuga meditation, then you may visit Brahma Kumaris ashram at any time. Thank you. Thank you so much.
डॉक्टर के साथ हाँ, डॉक्टर के साथ परम पिता को भी तुम याद करो। डॉक्टर के साथ परम पिता को भी तुम याद करो। दुख दर्द के पिंजरे से अब खुद को आजाद करो। दुख दर्द के पिंजरे से अब खुद को आजाद करो।
डॉक्टर के साथ परम पिता को भी तुम याद करो। दुख दर्द के पिंजरे से अब खुद को आजाद करो।
भगवान जिसके साथ हैं वो दुख में भी हंस लेते हैं। कैसी भी बीमारी को हंसते हंसते सह लेते हैं।
भगवान जिसके साथ हैं वो दुख में भी हंस लेते हैं। कैसी भी बीमारी को हंसते हंसते सह लेते हैं।
बीमार होते भी कभी दुख की ना फरियाद करो। बीमार होते भी कभी